Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. And as you can see by the title and on the screen, Lamar Jackson wants to play for the New England Patriots, and he's officially requested a trade from the Baltimore Ravens. I'm a Ravens fan. This upsets me. I wish they would just pay the man his money, but I can't do anything about that. He wants to play for the Patriots, so we're here to do a rebuild with him on the New England Patriots. This is what we got for the team. Am I missing Isaiah Wynn? No, he got on another team. I forgot about that. Lamar Jackson, Mac Jones, Ramondre Stevenson, very underrated. James Robinson, who I forgot they got. Juju Smith-Schuster, Devontae Parker, Tyquan Thornton, Kendrick Bourne. Great offensive line, honestly. I mean, last year they weren't the best, but on the spreadsheet, if you look on just like the sheets and overall, I would say it's a pretty good offensive line. Mike Gesicki as well with Hunter Henry. And then defensively, we have Matt Judon, Kyle Duggar, Josh Uche, Jabril Peppers, Jonathan Jones, Jack Jones, Marcus Jones. Too many Joneses. I would think this defense definitely needs some DB help, but we also need some receiver help. Juju is not a wide receiver one. He is definitely a wide receiver two type of guy. And I would say our linebackers aren't that bad with Jawan Bentley and Tavai, I believe is how you pronounce that. If I said it wrong, don't really care. But it's the team that we got. And I already traded for Lamar Jackson, as you can see, and I traded 2 first-round picks to get him. So, anyways, let's see what we got here for the 2022 retirements, and let's look into the AFC East. As no one in the AFC East retires, I just did a Lamar Jackson Jets rebuild, so now I'm doing it with his divisional rivals, the Patriots. Mike Gesicki, I don't know what his contract was in real life, but I'm just going to do 3 years and increase the bonus here, and he resigns. And then Nick Folk, I think I'm just going to let walk. Everyone else here, I think I'm just going to let walk because they don't really have an interest in playing. I'm not going to hop into free agency. I don't want to accidentally sign a player and then them get signed to a different team. So anyways, let's move into the draft. Here we are in the second round, and Josh Downs is still here, which I don't think that's going to happen in real life to where he's going to fall to the second round. But hey, he was still here, so of course I'm going to take him. Why would I not? Josh Downs is your newest New England Patriot. So this is the team going into the first season. It might be weird, but I am going to put Josh Downs at wide receiver 1, even though he is only like 180 pounds and 5'10". I just want him to get the most reps in. If he could be the slot, that'd be cool. Yeah, sure, he can be in the slot actually, and then I'll have Juju as my 1, even though I just said he's not really much of a 1, and Parker. Yeah, Parker can be my 2 as long as Josh Downs is my 3 and in the slot. DJ Turner is going to be in the slot. Adrian Phillips I'm not going to have as my sub linebacker for sure. Josh Uche would like to rush off the edge, but I guess Wise is taking it. Defensively, yeah, we definitely need some more help at DB, but Jack Jones, Jonathan Jones, Marcus Jones aren't bad options. I hate that 3 Joneses are my top 3 options at DB. And the fact that Jack Jones and Jonathan Jones both start with a J, they're both J. Jones, and you can't do anything about it. You got DJ Turner as well, who was really fast. I picked him up later in the later rounds. So, yeah, this team seems pretty decent for year 1. Got Lamar a different weapon. Now let's move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-3, second in the division. Okay, we're doing pretty good offensively. Defensively, though, it's doing all right, I would say. Looking at the scouting national focus, do we need... I mean, yeah, I would say probably DB. I mean, we have good depth at DB. But yeah, I'm still going to go DB because Jonathan Jones is getting old and we just have depth after that point. So coming off a loss to the Broncos, let's see what we got for the players ready to negotiate. Kyle Duggar doesn't want to be here, but I want him here. So let's increase this bonus and give him a player-friendly deal. He resigns. Let's go to Mike Anenwu, I believe is how you pronounce it. Maybe not, but either way, we're going to want a long-term deal with one of arguably our best offensive linemen. Trent Brown, want a long-term deal. Going to give him, I'll give him 3 years actually, not long-term, but still that's a good deal. Juan Bentley, I don't want him 4 years because he's going to start regression the next season. I'll do a 2-year deal and see if he takes that, and he wants more length probably. Jabril, man, I'll do a 3-year with Jabril, and he wants to bring the length down. Okay. Jonathan Jones, I'll do another 1 year with him, but I think that's the most I'm going to stay with Jonathan Jones. Hunter Henry, I can't negotiate yet. Josh Uche, I do want back. Devontae Parker, I'd be fine with another 1 year depending on the price. Kendrick Bourne can walk. James Robinson can walk. Everyone else I just don't have an interest in. So apart from that, it is now time to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 12-5 top the division, stealing it from the Bills even though we lost at week 18. Team ranks are very good. Let's see the stats and awards. Let's see what Lamar did first year. Amazing. Amazing first year with the Patriots, and he is going to get top 4 for MVP. Anthony Richardson, rookie year, gets top 3 for MVP. Offensive yards is third. Defensively, first. Okay. 5,100 yards, 44 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. If he lowered that down to probably like 70, probably would have got MVP. And 113 passer rating is great. Ramondre, 17 touchdowns, 4.1 per carry, 1,200 yards, great season. Devontae, 104 receptions, almost 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns. That's a superstar dev. I'm definitely going to give him a re-signing. Josh Downs, rookie year, 13 touchdowns, 1,100 yards, great rookie year. Hunter Henry, 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Jawan Bentley, 95 tackles for a loss, 17 for Christian Barmore. Sacks, 10.5 for Matt Judon, 9.5 for Wise. Interceptions is 6 for Jawan Bentley. Safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, let's see what we got here against the Tennessee Titans, who are 9-8. And I remember the last time the Patriots faced the Titans in the wild card, ended Tom Brady's career there. As we're going to be winning it here, we're facing the Indianapolis Colts, who I'm assuming they have Will Levis, if I had to take a guess on anyone. If not, Bryce Young, it could be. They have Will Levis. I'm so good at this guessing game. But let's see if we can beat the 11-6 Will Levis Indianapolis Colts to move on to the conference championship for Lamar in his first year. And we do, here to face Lamar's former rivals, the 15-2 Bengals. Could we go to the Super Bowl in year 1? Let's find out. Here we are in Ohio. We can't be losing games in Ohio, boys, as it is a 0-14 start, 7-14. Bengals are a really good team in simulation, not surprised, and in real life, of course. It's coming from a Ravens fan. Yeah, we're fucked. There's no win in this one. Lamar just can't escape Joe Burrow and the Bengals, as it is going to be 10-38. Humiliating loss, but let's move into the offseason. And the Bengals beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. Joe Mixon was the Super Bowl MVP and the MVP for gunning down his block. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP. Bengals just take all the awards here. Anthony Richardson wins Rookie of the Year, and Jalen Carter with the Lions wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Let's see what we got, though, for the upgrades. Devontae Parker should have Superstar Dev, and he does have Superstar Dev. Josh Downs also gets Superstar Dev, which is great to see. I'm pretty sure he did not come with that. And defensively, Jonathan Jones gets Superstar Dev, and Jawan Bentley gets Star Dev. That's good to see. Let's move into the re-signings. In the AFC East, Lawrence Guy retires and Thomas Morstead retires. I'm fine with that. Don't really care if Lawrence Guy retires. But let's see the players ready to negotiate, as we're going to have Jawan Bentley. I'm just going to increase this money. Well, actually, now that he has Star Dev, he won't hit a wall, I would say. So let's give him a neutral deal. He resigns with that. Hunter Henry. Jabril wanted me to bring the length down is what he told me, but let's increase the bonus for him. And he still hits free agency. Okay. $18 million. I'm not going to tag him for that. Hunter Henry, man, 29. That's a rough age. It's a rough age. I think I'm still going to have to re-sign that, and I am. Josh Uche, I would like back on a long-term deal, 5 years, and he resigns. I'm not tagging Jabril. Maybe I can get something better. Devontae just had almost 1,400 yards. I'm not going to let him walk, and this is actually relatively cheap. I'm fine with 2 years. He resigns. James Robinson can walk. I'm not tagging Jabril. Everyone else here can walk, and it's now time to hop into free agency. Let's go get a new free safety. After free agency, I got Chidobe Awuzie. Sorry for stuttering on that. Ed Oliver and Byron Murphy Jr. Huge improvements to the secondary. Great for the defensive line for, of course, Ed Oliver. So let's move into the draft. In the second round, I'm picking up right tackle Marcel Tutts out of Florida State. 6'7", 320 pounds, 84 strength, hidden development. We gave up our first round pick for Lamar, so we didn't have one, but this seems like a good fill-in for Isaiah Wynn. And in the fourth round, I'm picking up DeMarcus George out of Rice, 6'2", 225, hidden development, middle linebacker. He's probably going to replace Devy if he doesn't resign. Now this is the team after the draft, and for some reason Tut isn't showing up on here, but Scott is. Robert Scott out of Florida State. I kind of want Tut starting regardless because he's a 72 overall, so I'm gonna cut Andrew Stuber. I believe is how you pronounce that last name. Gonna cut him just so that way Tut can get a role at the right tackle position. Move him up as the starter. Devontae Parker, Josh Downs. Again, I want Parker. No, I'll keep Parker at the 2, Josh Downs, as long as he's in the slot. That's fine with me. He is. I don't know who this Reese guy is, but apparently he's one of our edge rushers. Juwan Bentley wants to move to Vi there. I don't even know why Adrian Phillips is still on this team. I might just cut him. Actually, I'm going to move Adrian Phillips to free safety now that we missed out on, whatchamacallit, Jabril Peppers. I just forgot to re-sign a different free safety. So that's fine with me. He can fill in that role instead. That's going to be fine. Ooh, George is only a 64 overall. Still going to start him, though. Don't care. Reese is going to be a potentially good defensive end if Wise leaves. And yeah, good depth at the DB spots, making sure I got all this right. And yeah, like that. So anyways, it's now time to move into the second season and time to move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, 5-1 top of the division. Team ranks doing pretty good. This time it's switched. The defense is balling out and the offense is doing just okay. Scouting, national focus. Let's see what we got here. Man, as always, we really don't need much now. I mean, I guess actually wide receiver. I'll take another wide receiver for Lamar because Devontae Parker, even though he balled out last season, he isn't going to last forever. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we have. We have Lamar. Of course, we want to retain you forever, and he even wants to stay here. So he resigns Matt Judon. I'll do a 2-year deal with Matt Judon. I'm cool with that. And Juju, I'll do a 3-year deal with Juju. He resigns. And Jonathan Jones, since you're a superstar now, honestly, 2 years wouldn't be bad, especially for how cheap it is. I'm fine with that. Ramondre doesn't want to be here. I'll pay him more money. And he resigns. Very player-friendly deal. Wise, you're 30 years old. I think I can find your replacement with Reese, the CPU drafted. I'm not going to have you. David Andrews, it's not a bad deal. I'll do one more, maybe get a center replacement in the draft. Adrian Phillips can walk. Christian Barmore is someone I do want back. I'm not going to pay him that much. I'll give you a 4-year deal, increase your bonus and salary a little bit. Still a lot, and he resigns. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I really don't think I should have given him that contract to Vi. It depends how cheap you are. Mac Jones, I can't believe I haven't traded Mac Jones yet. I'm so sorry to all the people watching. Who needs a quarterback desperately? Do the Buccaneers need one? Yes, they do. They have Baker Mayfield still at quarterback. So I'm sure they'll be cool with trading a 2, a 4, and a 5 for Mac Jones. I think that'd be fair. Mac Jones is getting traded away for a 2, a 4, and a 5 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Finally got him off the team. Just completely forgot about it. Everyone else here, fine, don't care about them. I need to make sure that after that trade, the entire roster did not get updated to a way that I didn't like it. Got all that the way I like it. Tut is a star dev. Defensively, we look good. We look the same, I think. Yeah, we do. Perfect. Just wanted to make sure everything on the roster was adjusted correctly, so now it's now time to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 15-2 top of the division. Lamar is dominating in New England, and he looks great once again. I don't think that's MVP, though. Third best offense in the NFL and second best defense. Lamar, similar stats than previous season, with same thing as 12 interceptions, 110 passer rating. Ramondre, 19 touchdowns, 4.5 per carry, 1,200 yards. He's doing great. Josh Downs, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. That might be an X factor. I won't give it to him if they don't, though, because he only has 85 receptions, which is still good, but I don't know if it's X factor good. Juju, 1,100 yards. Devontae, 1,000 yards. And Hunter Henry, 1,000 yards, 103 receptions, 10 touchdowns. Glad I re-signed him. Juwan Bentley, 105 tackles for a loss, 13 for Ed Oliver. Sacks is 14 for Matt Judon, 12.5 for Ed Oliver, and 9 for Wise. Interceptions is 6 for Jonathan Jones. Safety, 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Josh Uche isn't really getting involved that much, but that's because Wise is taking up his reps. That'll change next season. Let's see who we're going to be facing in the divisional round to see if we can get back to the conference championship. The 9-8 Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson, please do not touch me. Don't touch me. Don't. Thank God he did not touch me. You're to face the 13-4 Kansas City Chiefs. I would prefer not to lose back-to-back conference championships, though. Here we are in New England to face the Kansas City Chiefs. 3-0 start, 3-3 now in the second quarter, 3-10. Come on, keep going. 3-13, 10-13. That can change at any point. 10-13 at halftime. 10-16. We need to get the touchdowns. There we go. 10-22. 17-22. 17-29. I think that's going to be it. 17-29. Lamar Jackson, the New England Patriots, are going back to the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson's first time in the Super Bowl, though, obviously. And we got a classic matchup here. The dominating Patriots versus the underdog 9-8 Giants. Classic matchup right here. What do we got for the upgrades? Offensively, Josh Downs gets X Factor, not complaining. Hunter Henry gets X Factor as well. Tut is a 74 overall tight end at 6'7", 320 pounds, which is kind of crazy. But Juju still hasn't got an upgrade yet. Offensive line looks great. Defensively, George, we haven't seen it yet. Kyle Duggar gets superstar dev. Jonathan Jones is regressing, but that's fine. And there are no other upgrades here. I'm surprised Judon or maybe even Ed Oliver didn't get X Factor, but I guess 14 sacks isn't enough. Adrian Phillips gets up to star dev. So maybe it's worth it to sign him for another year. But anyways, let's get into this classic matchup against the Giants in the Super Bowl. Here we are against the New York Giants. Let's see if the Patriots... I think this would be the first time the Patriots has ever beat the Giants in the Super Bowl because they've only played them twice. Tom Brady against Eli Manning, and they've lost both times. If I'm wrong about that, then whatever. But let's see if the Patriots can get their first Super Bowl win against the Giants. 31-17 in the fourth quarter. 38-17. Yeah, it's going to be a win. And as I've right now and what I know, the Patriots gets their first win against the Giants in the Super Bowl, 38-24. It was a good matchup, but they couldn't handle Lamar Jackson and Bill Belichick's scheme with Justin Herbert as well. Let's see your Super Bowl MVP. Ramondre Stevenson wins Super Bowl MVP. Alec Bain, QB for the Rams, it looks like auto-generated, wins Rookie of the Year and League MVP. That would be the first time that has ever happened. Cooper Kupp wins Offensive Player of the Year. Aaron Donald, the Rams just took every award except the Super Bowl, apparently. But I guess they did in real life. We've already seen the roster upgrades. Let's get to the re-signings. In the AFC East, nobody retires. Fine with me, of course, as always. But let's see what we got for the players ready to negotiate. I'm conflicted with a lot of these. Wise got 9.5 sacks, but I think Josh Uche can put the same numbers up once he gets in that role. Adrian Phillips... I was considering giving him a deal, but now that I see he's a 77, it's just not worth it. Tavai, that's not a bad contract, but honestly, I'm not really huge on it. Devon Godshaw, yeah, everyone here I'm just really not that interested in. How much money do we have? We have $46 million. I would honestly rather save it. I'm going to skip out and go into the draft. And with my first round pick, I'm picking up wide receiver John Mack out of Alabama. Yes, he only has normal depth, but he's 6'5", 223 pounds. Dude is pretty good athleticism for being 6'5". B catch in traffic, B release, A spec catch. He looks great. In the second round, I'm picking up another middle linebacker, Jason Carsell. I believe it's how I pronounce that. I'm retarded. Anyway, 6'3", 242 pounds out of Utah. Hidden development, 90 speed, blazing fast. He looks great. So this is the team after the draft. Tyquan Thornton. Mack is a 73 overall. Then I put him out wide receiver 1. First year, don't care. It's because he's definitely going to be a big guy. He's going to be the wide receiver 1 type guy that I want. I'm going to put Josh Downs in the slot and take Devontae Parker out of there. I want Bentley there. Yeah, I got that. George. Uche is finally rushing off the edge. Reese is a... Is he a left end or right end officially? He is a left end officially, so I'm going to officially move him to right end. He will immediately replace Wise, which is what I like, and he's already got a better development than him and more youth to him as well. So we have to refresh that now, and I forgot to draft a free safety. So yeah, you're just gonna have to deal with it. So yeah, and Jonathan Jones is regressing. It looks like I didn't re-sign Jack Jones. That's fine. Can I put one of these guys at free safety? Would Marcus Jones fit at free safety? Is he a zone? No, he's a man-to-man type of guy, if anything. His zone coverage is 66. He's not going to go there. Specialist, though, I think I got everything I like except for Josh Downs in the slot. And Mack, I'm going to be starting year 1. Hopefully he gets Rookie of the Year. If not, then whatever. Here we are, getting better and better every season. 6-0, top of the division at the midseason mark. Looks like our passing game and running game is off, but apparently we're 8th in points per game. So I guess our defense is just putting us in prime position, so we're not going to be able to get yards. That's fine with me. Let's see our scouting national focus. Again, we really don't need anything, like, at all. I mean, I guess safety, now that I think about it, free safety to replace Jabril Peppers, but not really the biggest deal if we miss a 1 position. But let's see what we got for the players ready to negotiate, as we're going to have... I don't need you. I don't know why the CPU signed you even. But sure, actually, now that you have a high interest, let's get you for a cheap deal. And here he signs. Cole Strange, do want him on a long term. He's been pretty good in real life. Surprisingly, he went in the first round. Probably could have gotten him in the second. Mike Gesicki, no, I'm not going to pay you that much. You can not be that much for a second string. David Andrews, I'm not gonna stop him for another year. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find someone better in the draft. Marcus Jones is definitely great depth. I want him on a 4-year deal. He resigns. He wants to be back with the team anyways. Devontae, it's time for you to go. You're too old. Taekwon just doesn't want to be here. So unfortunately, Taekwon Thornton can walk. Bailey Zappi just don't really need. So anyways, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 16-1. Who did we lose to? I want to know. Not in the playoff schedule, please. Team schedule, as you can see, none of it is forced, except the bye week is home. I can't really do anything about that. Who did we lose to? The final week to the Commanders? I could have saw that. I mean, I guess that makes sense. We probably benched everyone, but in Madden, you don't bench anyone. Unless I see Bailey Zappi has stats. But Lamar, again, great season. Bailey, Don Flanagan. I don't really think this counts as starting, but I guess Lamar started in the final week anyways. But great year, 116 pass rating, only 9 receptions. That MVP, no, second for MVP. Eagles quarterback wins it, 10th best offense. Ramondre, 4.2 per carry, 14 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. John Mack, the rookie, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Josh Downs, only 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. That's a good season, but not as good as the rest. And defensively, Jawan Bentley, 114 tackles. Our rookie, 108 tackles for a loss, 9 for Ed Oliver. Sacks, 19.5 for Matt Judon, 12.5 for Ed Oliver, 12 for Christian Barmore. Josh Uche only putting 6 up, even though I gave him quite a bit of money. Free safety, I believe rookie Nazee Johnson with 2 interceptions. Thought we would have more than that. Josh Uche with the safety and 0 defensive touchdowns. 16-1, dominating New England Patriots. Let's see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round to move on to the conference championship. If we beat them, 8-9 Los Angeles Chargers, they're going to need a huge underdog story if they're going to beat us. 16-1. They don't. 45-20 here to face the 9-8 Pittsburgh Steelers. I've already won the conference championship before, so I'm just going to simulate this. Let's see what we're facing in the Super Bowl is the Washington Commanders, a.k.a. the one and only team we lost to in Week 18. Who is their quarterback? Please don't tell me it's Tyler Huntley or... dude, I'd be pissed if it's Tyler Huntley. He's always so good in simulation. Commanders quarterback is Trey Lance and Derek Carr. Interesting. Let's see what we got for the players' upgrades offensively. Mac does not get star dev, which is annoying. Scott is now starting over Tut, which I never realized. Hunter Henry, I believe, did he get an X Factor the previous season? He might have. If you're going to cry about this, you can, but a rookie getting 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns in his rookie season is nothing to be like, oh, well, that's not good. No, that's definitely a good season for a rookie, for sure. Over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. He's getting star dev whether you like it or not. And defensively, we have, X Factor draft pickup. Like to see that. Still need a free safety, but good upgrades on the team for our receiver, and nice to find out our middle linebacker's an X Factor. Anyways, let's see if we can beat the Commanders, the one only team that we've lost to so far. Here we are in Atlanta for the Super Bowl. 7-0 start for the Commanders, 7-7 here. Can Trey Lance beat us once again? They didn't just beat us, they beat us pretty bad. I think it was 45-14 in the final week. You could say, hypothetically, that they benched all of our players, but statistically they didn't because Lamar Jackson still had full stats, and our second string only threw 3 passes the entire year. He would have thrown more than 3 passes in one game, but still, one-score game in the fourth quarter, kind of talked up my way all the way through the Super Bowl, and we beat the Washington Commanders, getting our revenge. 17-27, getting our second Super Bowl win on this 4-year rebuild. Let's see who the MVP is. And your Super Bowl MVP is Lamar Jackson with the Patriots, second for league MVP, but the Eagles quarterback, a new CPU quarterback, takes the league MVP. We win Coach of the Year. There are no other awards here. We've already seen the team upgrades, so let's move in to the re-signings. In the AFC East, surprisingly, no Patriots retire. I would assume that one of them at least would, especially Jonathan Jones after getting another Super Bowl ring. But for the re-signings, don't have an interest in anyone here. How much money do we have? I don't think there's going to be an amazing free safety in free agency because that's all I need. So I'll probably just trade for one in the draft. Let's move into it. In the first round, I'm picking up free safety Dorian Hall out of Penn State. For a safety, he looks like he has solid athleticism. He looks solid across the board, especially for pick number 32. I think he's going to be a good addition. In the second round, I'm picking up tight end Edwin Ward out of Washington State. Hidden dev, 6'4", 242. Decent athleticism for a tight end. He has A's across the board, and he's going to replace Mike Gesicki. This is the team after the draft. Ward is a 77 overall. Looks like the CPU picked up this guy named Downing. He's a tight end. Wow, okay. We have stacked depth at the tight end position with X Factor Hunter Henry. And yeah, the team looks really, really good. Like what we got. Josh Downs is now wide receiver 1. Juju is regressing. But yeah, again, like what we got. Specialist. Looks like Mac, our 6'5 receiver, is going to play in the slot. That's interesting. Going to have our X Factor start at the sub linebacker defensively. We look great. Hall is a 74 overall. Unfortunately, doesn't get a dev, but the rest of the team does look very good. Very happy with the team we built. We've already won 2 Super Bowls, but let's move in to the 4th and final season in the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs in the 4th and final year. All 4 years making the playoffs. The rest of the division is kind of just mid, but 11-6, top of the division. Not as good as the previous seasons, but still great season. Lamar did great. Is that an MVP finally? No, second for MVP again. Doesn't win one, but still 2 second MVPs. 7th best offense in the NFL and a 4th best defense. Lamar, 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 117 pass rating. What an amazing season. Rushing, Ramondre, 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns, 4.3 per carry. Lamar should have more rushing stats than just this. Josh Downs, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. John Mack with 5 touchdowns, almost 1,100 yards. Hunter Henry, 103 receptions, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Jawan Bentley, 104 tackles with our other linebacker with 104, and Kyle Duggar with 100. Tackles for a loss, 15 for Ed Oliver. Sacks, 11 for Matt Judon, 10.5 for Josh Uche. He's finally putting up some numbers now that he's got a starting position. Kyle Duggar and Chidobe Awuzie both with 2 interceptions. Safeties on the team is 1 for Ed Oliver and 1 for Freddie Thomas. I don't know who that is. Defensively is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0 is what I meant to say. My bad. Here to face the Chargers, who we faced in the divisional round the previous season. We beat them. Can we beat them in the wild card here? And we do not. Seems like always in the 4th and final season, we just lose in the wild card round. That happened in my Jets rebuild, which I made yesterday. So yeah, make sure you go check that out. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching this rebuild. Definitely a successful rebuild. We went to the Super Bowl twice, won the Super Bowl twice, and yeah, Lamar Jackson seems to be balling out with the Patriots. And the Giants lose again to the Las Vegas Raiders. Josh Jacobs wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins the league MVP. There are no awards here for your New England Patriots, but let's see the roster upgrades if there is any. Offensively, we look the exact same. Defensively, we look the exact same. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. Definitely a successful rebuild. Let me know which team you'd like me to rebuild next down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.